Actually, the neat thing about martial arts in general is that you actually develop core values that you really can't get in just, everyday life. Whether it's discipline, respect, focus, kindness. Like, we really try to instill that in our program.
Right.
So that way they take something else away rather than just, techniques.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kindness, you teach them kindness. Is that a big thing in your program?
Yes, it is actually. I personally believe that being kind is one of the best things you can be, just because you can be disciplined, you can be focused, but if you're not kind, then it really doesn't reflect well on you.
Right.
Or pretty much your instructors.
Okay,
So,
and that's important. It's
absolutely.
the instructor,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I have another question. If somebody was being bullied, or if a young child was being bullied, and his last resort is to punch the kid in the face, what would you do? Or what would you tell them to do?
Well, there's a few parts to that. There's awareness, avoidance, and then finally action.
Right.
Okay. Now, if it did come to action, what I would tell them and what I want to tell them are two different things. But I believe, and the biggest thing we stress in our program is protect yourself at all times. So even if that means, he could be punching you, he could be doing stuff, defend yourself. Do a technique that can defend yourself, whether it's take them down, and then do a submission technique, which that's really the neat thing about jiu-jitsu is you learn how to manipulate people's bodies against themselves.
Okay.
And basically, neutralize them. So it's pretty nice.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, would you recommend, practicing jiu-jitsu as a way to relieve stress, as a way to cope with loneliness?
Yeah, absolutely. The neat thing about jiu-jitsu is, for one, you always need a partner for it. So there you go. You're no longer going to be lonely.
Okay.
And then on top of that, you're working out. Everyone knows that by releasing endorphins, it releases stress. So not only do you get a great workout, you're actually building friendships. You're building lifelong partners. I know personally, for 6 years, I've been training with the same person. So it's kind of like now I have a lifelong friend. So
That's
it's neat.
awesome. Yeah. So what would you say the age range that you teach?
I teach a 4-year-old all the way up to a 73-year-old.
Okay, very interesting. But you focus mostly on the youth.
Yes, I do.
That's exactly why I brought Dan on the show, because he focuses on empowering the youth, and most of the people that he teach are young people. So I think that's perfect. That's awesome. And Dan actually is going to show us some techniques a little bit later with me and Nina Nguyen. So stay tuned, because we're gonna take it outside and he's gonna show us some crazy moves.